Okay, so now let's create the handle for the beverage server. So create a new standard IPT. Let's create a 2D sketch on the XZ plane, the horizontal plane. Okay, so take the circle tool and using the center point on the screen, we're going to draw a circle with the dimension of 1/2 of an inch. Okay, so let's finish that sketch, and we want to extrude that circle 3/4 of an inch, or 0.75. Okay, so now let's create a sketch on top of this cylinder. We want to draw a circle using that center point that we just used. And the dimension of this circle should be 7/8 of an inch. So you can type it in like a fraction. Okay, so let's finish this sketch, and we are going to use the loft tool. So we first need to create a work plane. So if you click on plane and then hold your mouse on top of that cylinder, you're going to click and just drag your mouse away from the cylinder, and we want our plane to be 3 inches above the cylinder. So if you click the home button over here, you can now see your work plane. So let's create a sketch on top of that work plane. And using that same center point, go ahead and draw a circle, and the dimension of that circle just needs to be 1/2 of an inch. Okay, so let's finish that sketch, and we're going to click on the loft tool, and first click on that circle that we just created, and then click on the circle we created the step before, as well as the face inside that circle. So when we click OK, it's going to combine both of those circles together. Now we're going to use this same circle that we used before. We're going to create another work plane and just click and drag away from your object, and we need that to be 1¼ inch above. Okay, so we're going to create a sketch on top of this second work plane. Use your circle tool and the same center point, and that circle needs to be 1½ inches in diameter. Okay, so let's finish that sketch, and now we're going to use the loft tool again. So let's click on that top circle we just created, as well as the face below it, and click OK. Now to kind of clean this up a little bit, over in your browser you can see work plane 1 and work plane 2. If you just right click on work plane 1, you can choose visibility to turn off the visibility of that plane, and then you'll do the same thing to work plane 2. Okay, so the last thing we're going to do on the handle is use the chamfer around the edge of the top of the handle. So if you will click chamfer and make sure that you have this box extended, and we want to choose distance and angle, so it's this second choice over here on the left. Our distance is going to be 1/8 of an inch, and the angle is going to be 45 degrees. And then we just need to click on the edge of the handle. Click apply and close that box. And now you've created your handle.